so this is just a very short, probably 5–10 minute video at the most, just showing you some really basic things you can do with the Franklin balls just to really help with general mobility through your back. So a little bit for lower back, a little bit for upper back, just really nice, easy mobility stuff you can do to really improve your overall sort of feeling through your back and through the rest of your body, really, just to help get things feeling more supple. So you're going to come down onto your back, feet hip width apart, and you're going to take your two Franklin balls and they're going to go side by side underneath the back of the pelvis. So underneath the pelvis there, hopefully you can see, and they're not in my lower back, they're far enough underneath my bottom that I feel supported, and I can just let my weight sink down onto those. Have a few deep breaths, just check you feel like you're in a straight line, and let those arms relax by the sides. Or I quite like to just rest mine on the front of the pelvis so I can sort of feel what's going on a little bit. Just check the balls are in exactly the same place on each side, so they're really centred underneath you. And then we're just going to have a little rock side to side. So really easy, just letting more weight come into one of those Franklin balls and then more weight into the other. So one little bony hip point sinking down and then the other little bony hip point sinking down. And just see if you can achieve that movement side to side, keeping your knees pointing more or less up towards the ceiling. So it's just really easy, getting a nice bit of rotation through the lower back, a bit of movement of the hip joint, and you're also getting a little bit of sort of soft tissue massage from those Franklin balls into sort of upper glutes really. So just a really nice easy rock side to side there. Just always check that you're going as far to the one side as the other. Notice whether it feels the same in the one direction as the other. And then just gently come back so you're really level, really central. And then we're going to go for a tilt the pelvis towards and then away from us. So keeping the ribs quite quiet and heavy, but just that feeling that if you had your little marble on your lower tummy, you're going to try and roll that marble up into your belly button and then roll it down towards your legs. So just that tilt forward and back through pelvis. And to be fair, the balls are quite sort of low down at the moment, so you'll probably find it's a bit trickier to get that rolled away from you, but that's okay. So you can keep your bum muscles nice and relaxed. Just a really easy rock forwards and backwards on those Franklin balls. It should act like a little fulcrum underneath you. And then when you're ready, have a pause. And then as long as your lower back's happy, we're going to bring those balls up into your lower back. So if that is not comfortable for you, just stick with them where they were before. But maybe bring them a touch higher. But if you're happy with them in the lower back, we're going to keep them there. And we're just going to let your bottom drop towards the floor. And then roll that pelvis towards you again. So it's just encouraging a bit more extension through that lower back. And often that is where we're tight, it can be where we're sore. And if it's too sore, don't do it. Or keep it super small. But just breathing out to roll that pelvis towards you, breathing in to roll away. Just check again that you feel like you've got equal weight into each foot, equal weight into each Franklin ball. Just getting that little roll towards and then roll away. And then have a little pause. Just take those out from underneath there. Let the back come back to the floor and just take a moment to feel how your lower back is now. And then we're going to take these Franklin balls, they're going to go side by side again, and this time they're going to go underneath the back of the shoulder blade. So you've got quite a sort of range of how high up they go, but somewhere If you're a lady, you've got your bra on somewhere a little bit higher than where your bra comes across the back of your body, where those shoulder blades are a little bit. If you think you've got your head cushions on the floor, you're going to put your Franklin balls probably about 8 inches in front of those cushions. Hopefully they'll stay there, they probably won't. You might have to help them. So they end up underneath those shoulder blades. And then just let your head relax back onto those cushions. If you need an extra cushion, make sure you've got them, make sure you've got a bit more support for your neck so that you can be comfy there. So have a couple of deep breaths. Let your body sink down onto those balls. Keep just a feeling of length through the back of the neck. And definitely do grab another head cushion if you're not comfy. And then we're just going to cross those arms over in front of the chest so they're just nice and heavy and relaxed. And we're going to have a little rock side to side here. So just letting more weight come into one Franklin ball and then the other. Thinking about those knees staying pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Just letting your head roll with your upper body so your neck just moves with the rest of the spine. And actually where I've got my balls at the moment, I feel like they're a little bit low. They're right at the base of my shoulder blades. So I'm just going to roll myself down so they come up a little bit. And you can literally just play with where they are height-wise. Find an area where it feels beneficial for you. All of us are sort of tight in different places. If you feel like you're tighter a bit lower down, keep them lower. If you feel like you're tighter a bit higher up, move them higher. You could do a little bit in one area, a little bit in the other. But just a really easy rock side to side. And then come to centre. Take those hands up towards the ceiling. And you're going to let those arms travel any amount towards the wall behind you. And then just come back down by your sides. And still think about that length through the back of your neck. Big breath in as those arms go back. Breathing out as they return. And then if you're comfy, you can let those arms come round in a half circle. But I would only do that if your shoulders are happy with that movement. Otherwise stick to just coming straight back and over again. Just go one more. And then we're going to interlace our hands behind the back of the head. Pop your head cushions out of the way. And we're just going to get a little bit of extension over these balls now. So really support the head with the hands. Breathe in. Let that chest open as you extend back over the balls. Breathe out, slide those ribs down towards the hips to bring you up into that abdo crack. So just going as far as you're comfortable when you extend back, and then coming up again. And think about soft peach between your chin and your chest, just keeping that gently there. If you want to, you could hold at the top, have a little rock side to side at the top as well. So just getting lots of movement through that upper back. You could have a release back whenever you want. Maybe breathe out, come up, go 3 rocks to each side. Relax back, come up, go 3 more to each side. That was my speaker turning off, so I hope the record is alright with the sound. Come back to centre, have one final release back, nice big breath or 2, and then just roll yourself to one side, bring those Franklin balls out from underneath you, have a little lie on the floor and just see how your upper back feels now. Maybe let those arms travel overhead, come round in a half circle. Notice how that movement feels. And there we go. So really easy, just a few minutes, just
getting a little bit of movement through that lower back, upper back, and obviously you could spend less time than that if you want. Any little helps. Righty.